Okay, I want to keep this short. I just wanted to say thank you for all the videos. They're great. I've watched all of them today. They were fantastic. They really put into words kind of what I've been feeling lately. Um, but I just had a few notes. One thing you asked whether what format people preferred with the videos, and my 2 cents is that a little mix of both is fine. The pics are great as well as just kind of seeing you talk. Um, but I also wanted to add a few other things that I thought. One thing when you were kind of comparing the way atheists use evolution for their own agenda is the same way that creationists use it for their agenda with the wedge theory and all that. Um, I just wanted to further that it's a valid point, but it's the atheists want no God, so that's why they're using that, because they can't divide God from organized religion, and partly it's because of that wedge theory that they're saying, well, evolution, if it's true, then that means God doesn't exist. Well, the atheists they're grasping onto that as well, but they're taking the high side, in my opinion, of saying that, well, evolution is true. They're just not realizing that it doesn't have anything to do with God, as you've so eloquently put. Um, and it's all about separating God from religion, and I know that's kind of a tricky statement, because how do you have God without religion? But it's for me, God is more of a personal thing, and it has nothing to do with organized religion. And I know you have Christianity, and that's fine, and I'd never behoove you of that, or anybody who speaks so eloquently on evolution. But just for me, it's easy enough to believe in a God, because first of all, there are things that are kind of unexplained by science, as you said, the holes in science that a lot of people like to throw God into, and I know you said that that's kind of bad, and it may be bad for organized religion and setting up kind of a system for it, because if those holes are filled with further scientific knowledge, then it kind of disproves God. But for me, it's more of the larger things that are unexplained, and the things that are explained are more proof of God. And that's where I kind of feel it's unfortunate that people have kind of bastardized the term intelligent design, because you can have intelligent design and have intellectual progress and scientific inquiry. You just have to look at it a different way, and that's part of separating ID from creationism, because the creationists don't own ID. Um, for me, intelligent design is everything that I've learned about science. It's getting closer to a God, your personal God, however you want to look at it, through science. The more you learn about science, the more you learn about how it was done. And just because you know more about how it's done doesn't mean that it had to have happened without the hand of God. To me, it can be either way. It just is a matter of faith, whether you choose to believe it or not. And then further extrapolations from that with morals and ethics and things like that. That comes from religion that has a heavy hand in organized religion from the past and all that. And I won't go into that, but that's how I view God. Is the more I learn about science, the more this is from a creator, and it's not saying we know how it was created and therefore it's true undeniably that there is a creator. I don't think science will ever prove that there is a God, nor will I think that science will ever disprove there is a God. But for me personally, that's how I view it. And I think that you kind of put it into perspective better than I could have done myself. And it's great to see it all laid out with facts. And I'm embarrassed, I guess, to think that some of the things that you have kind of put down, I've not believed, but have thought maybe there's a shred of proof to that, or a shred of truth to that, such as no transitional fossils and things like that. It's things that are, as the adage goes, set often enough that you start to think that they're true. And I'm kind of embarrassed to say that I gave them a little bit of light. But again, it's just more learning, and it's why I'm interested in science, and it's why I'm interested in anything really. It's all about learning about the world around us, and whether or not you choose to believe that it was started from a God or not is a personal question of faith, one that I hold true for myself. So anyway, this has gone on far enough. I see I've already passed 5 minutes, but I just want to say thank you very much for your videos. I hope they garner much more success. They don't have nearly the views that they deserve. I'll be linking to your channel just so that whatever little views I get can go on to you as well, because I think what you have is very good for both evolution science and for religion and for people who believe in a God, so that people know that you don't have to have one or the other, and I think that's very important. So thank you very much.